Hey guys, um, I want to show you something. I'm recently on the beta and I played a lot of builds. I tried a lot of things, especially with Farseer, because I don't like totemic at all. It's a nice hero talent, it's fun to play, but my opinion, Farseer is way more engaging as a gameplay. And so I decided to stick a little bit in Farseer, and the last days I tried something very new, something very unusual, something that you didn't even play in Dragonflight, and it has something to do with Frostshock and your ancestors and Unleash Life. So basically, with this build, with Heed My Call and with Pleasant Wisdom, you have the chance to have almost 100% uptime on your ancestors, because Unleash Life gives you an ancestor for 16 seconds with Heed My Call, so it means you have one ancestor for sure always up, and the second one every 30 seconds for 10 seconds. So that's the phase where you can burst damage. How that looks like is like in the thumbnail. My ancestor did 26% of my overall damage and did more than my acid rain and my lava burst. And when you look at the breakdown, my ancestors did the same amount of chain lightning damage as I did with hardcasts. So that's very impressive. And lava burst is around 60% of my overall lava burst damage. How does it work is pretty simple. I will show you this on the puppet, and later I can show you a little bit footage, but the whole idea around that build is, especially in single target, you're coming in, you press Unleash Life, Ancestral Swiftness, Lava Burst, then Lava Burst again, Lava Burst again, and then you spam Frostshock until you have a Lava Burst proc or a Hardcast possible. Now Unleash Life is ready, and now Frostshock, 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 Lava Burst, Frostshock, Frostshock, and our ancestor is up once again. Frostshock, Frostshock, Ancestral Swiftness, Lava Burst. That's the whole rotation. What you can do. And as you can see, my ancestors are already doing a massive amount of damage. And this is quite nice because it allows you to play a little bit more mobile and even more around specs that only have insta-procs or a little bit hardcast. So how does that look in a key environment? I'll show you. So that's the endboss of Necrotic Wake, and as you can see, I'm trying to pump damage, and here you can see I'm already around 500k DPS, and this is only in single target. My ancestors are going crazy, as you can see, and someone dies, but it's not my fault. And you can see I have the burst a long time, where I can really burst some high damage. Of course I have an Orc, but that's the whole gameplay. You see, now I'm running, now I can press Frostshock, and I spam constant damage still. And you can see I'm doing almost the same amount as the tank. for this boss. And this boss is the fight where you really need to pump your damage because otherwise it takes just too much time. Really too much time. And we all died here, but it doesn't matter. That was just the purpose of showing you how to play this. As you can see, that's the breakdown at the end of the run. And my ancestor did almost 30% of my overall damage. I finished this key with 315k DPS overall, almost 400 million damage. Of course, an Ogg was with us, but that's the whole gameplay. I think it's pretty rewarding, it's pretty fun. Another reason why I think this build is pretty fun is because Unleash Life works surprisingly better in a key environment than Undulation. I think Undulation is now a little bit bad because of the nerf, because your ancestor only procs when your Undulation is activated. Benefiting from Undulation, calls an ancestor to your side for 10 seconds. So this means that, as if I remember this correctly, that you have to cast 3 times your Surge or Healing Wave, and then you get the proc. That's a little bit bad in a big pull where you don't have to heal a lot of times, so you would just spam heals for like no reason. And with Unleash Life, it's on a 15 second CD, and you can use it to call an ancestor and pump damage, or you can use it to increase your next healing wave, or your next chain heal. You can use that for this as well, or your next Wellspring can be used for a shield effect. However, I use it mostly just on CD. I use it only for damage incoming events where I really need that heal, otherwise we are all dead. But otherwise, I just spam this button all the time that I can have as much uptime as possible with my ancestors. And I really don't like to play anymore with Undulation. The other big nerf that we get with this is that the other primordial wave that you get in your Undulation stacks doesn't count longer with ancestors. So that means you only have one ancestor at a time, and if you do your P wave, you're wasting so many Undulation procs for no reason, just because it's nerfed. And before the nerf, you were possible to have like 4 or 5 ancestors up. Now it's no longer possible with Undulation. But what I experienced is, if you change Heed My Call to routine communication and try to weave some Riptides in your damage rotation, then you can have a lot of times more than 2 ancestors up. Or the time that you have 2 ancestors up is higher than 10 seconds. With Heed My Call, it can be sometimes around 14 or 15 seconds. What do I mean with weaving Riptides in? It means you start your Rota, then you spam Chain Lightning, and Riptide between that. To get all the procs. But I think this style, if you don't play with Heed My Call, it's pretty annoying to play, to get that feeling. That's my case, how I did that. I was always watching my ancestor, if they are up or not, otherwise I wasn't able to do the damage. So with Heed My Call, you are way more safe to just play. The only thing that you have to do is all the time pressing Unleash Life. So the maximum you will ever get with Heed My Call is 2, or you decide to leave that Latent Wisdom passive and change it to Ancient Fellowship, so you have a 20% chance to get another ancestor for 10 seconds. So there is a possibility that you have 3 or sometimes even 4 up. I'm still checking out what's the better solution. I think Heed My Call is not bad, but I'm still not sure. So, but what I'm sure is that Frostshock will increase your damage because of the fact that Frostshock procs the lava burst damage from your ancestors. And that's the whole point of the video. You just try to spam as much Frostshock as possible in single target when you don't have lava burst procs or casts, and in AoE you just spam Healing Rain and your Chain Lightning and try to weave some lava bursts between that, but mostly you just press Chain Lightning so that your ancestors can do Chain Lightning with you. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you will enjoy Resto Shaman in the War Within, especially as Farseer. I think this is one of the most fun times to play Resto Shaman, especially with Farseer. I really enjoy the gameplay, the loop, and everything what's behind that. So I hope it gets better and better with the time. I think I will cover some other talents as well, but for now it's, I think, a good sign to show you all that you can also do the same amount of damage with Farseer as with a Totemic Shaman, and it's way more engaging and fun to play. I mean, look at that. They're doing 150 million damage of my overall 587 million damage. Not bad. So if you have any questions, ask it down below. Yeah, I hope I can answer that. And my last advice for you is, I think there will be not a single meta build for Resto Shaman that you have to play, because the hero talents give you much more opinions to choose a path whatever you want to. And I'm really looking forward to people that they are cooking some pretty nice builds that make a lot of fun to play, and not going straight forward that someone has to say that this is the build and everyone follows like a sheep. Yeah, enjoy. Have a good time. See you soon in the War Within. See you soon.